Alright, so hello everyone. It's been a while since we got the full group.
Yeah.
Last time we tried to do this, the camera was left out here and the battery died.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that, and that was my solo. So, we finally got to see Star Wars The Last Jedi. Man, it's been way too long.
Yeah.
So basic plot. All hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
Everyone tries to survive. The end. I think that's all you really need for a plot in this one.
Yeah.
Everything's like a clusterfuck from moment one. They must have been...
Yeah, like, nothing goes right.
Yeah, so things must have really gone south quickly after the last film. Mm-hmm. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I felt the last film ended, it was kind of optimistic, and then this one was...
This one came back, it's just like, shit show everywhere.
It's like, yeah, all that hope that we were setting up, yeah, no.
and they keep trying to preach on this one too, even though they are very obviously losing it. Mm-hmm. So despite that, they continue to fight on, and people live, people die, things happen.
I was actually expecting more deaths at some points. So,
I was almost half expecting that too, but I was also surprised by how they went about some of them as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't want to get into too much spoilers right away.
Yeah, not right away. But I suppose that's about all we can say about doing the spoilers. It's a hard one to review without going into details. So, if you're interested, I guess general feelings about it. It's a very complicated movie, but I think I like it. I definitely think I like it.
Yeah, I mean...
There's going to be a lot of surprises throughout, so to be prepared for every single surprise and every plot twist you think wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Although everything I thought about a certain character actually happened.
I suppose there are a couple of them you might be able to predict, but you're not going to predict every detail, though, I'm sure. There's going to be twists in how it happens.
Right.
So I guess with that, we can go into top things on top of our heads about it. So be warned, it's now officially spoiler territory on that.
Yeah.
Expand on my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. So, the whole thing with Luke alone on his island.
Yeah.
I remember people having like a huge hissy fucking fit on the internet about it. Not as big as what people made it out to be.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it worked for what it was.
It worked for what it was. He's completely trying to disconnect because everything he tried to work on just went completely south on him.
Yeah, so he
just doesn't trust himself and everyone around him anymore, and just pulls out.
He's like, everything he touches just kind of turns to smoke.
He gave up for the beginning.
Mm-hmm. The little penguin things, they're nice bits of comedy with them, but they don't seem to be sticking around too long, thank goodness.
Right, yeah, you don't want to overuse them, but they were good for the moments that they
were on screen, yeah. Mostly they do a lot of really good comedy with Chewbacca with them, and that seems to be what their shtick is that they're the new comic relief for Chewie.
Yeah, it worked well, I thought.
Moving away from that, I guess. Last movie with Leia. I'm not sure how they're going to end her now.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was kind of I mean, her character makes it through the movie, so...
Yeah, so I'm just sitting here going...
Yeah, it's...
So how do we end this one in particular? Because they're going to either have to do it off screen, or they're going to have a CG her crispy fried in the beginning of the next one.
Yeah, and just have like a text scroll saying something about her.
Yeah, or a text scroll that's actually explaining away that she's dead somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
no one really dies of old age in these.
I mean, I feel it's almost a cop-out, but at the same time, I don't want to...
died of old age.
Yeah, I don't want to... I'd rather just have her written off-screen than have something that's horrible CGI that just ruins the moment.
Yeah, because...
escape or something.
Yeah, because also... But then again, I'd rather it be written out in a book where it's your imagination that feeds how it really ends, rather than them doing their own blatant dumb thing on a screen and it feels ham-fisted.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to feel forced with it. I don't want, In my
forced?
it's like,
But so that's that. What do we feel about Rey? Let's open that package.
Yeah, the whole dynamic between Rey and Kylo in this was something.
There's a lot of interesting chemistry between them on this one too.
Yeah, I mean they really dive into that when.
They're very much the new Jedi and the new Sith, even though neither one of them really wants to be it. They technically are it.
Yeah, it feels like they try to stray away from their own labels, and they want to make their own thing when they... Yeah, it's just...
They want to be their own thing, but they're becoming essentially their new generation of their own thing.
Right, exactly. Just different, new labels, but the same old.
Yeah, although they're basically getting rid of the old Jedi ways.
To quote, by the way, one of the best scenes in this movie, Yoda suddenly appears again, finally.
Yes.
Patroners, they were not.
Yeah.
As he helps Luke just set afire like the last books about the Jedi Order.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good point, though. It's like, well, it's not like you're reading these anyway, so...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And pretty much even Yoda just ups and says, well, what do you think is going to be written in those that she doesn't already understand by this point?
Right.
Trying to overcomplicate things is only going to make things worse, and that's the problem with the Jedi Order to begin with.
Yeah.
They overcomplicated shit, and everything went stupid.
Yeah. Oh, man. What else?
To quote freaking Ben Kenobi, trust your feelings.
Yeah.
So that was also a nice little interesting thing. They got Frank Oz to come back, and not only did he do the voice, but they actually got a freaking live puppet on set again, which was nice to see.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can tell some of it was a little bit CG, and then you can tell some of it was definitely a marionette of some kind on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nice effective mix, yeah. Going to CG made him look really weird in the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know who made the first puppet in the first prequel, but wow, did that thing look stupid.
Yeah.
Do you remember how ugly that thing was? Like, no character at all. Just looked like this bland green thing. Ugh. Probably sooner forget.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
So I guess Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
What do we think about him now?
I don't know. I will say I wasn't sure, like, where he was going to go throughout the whole film, so it did keep you guessing for a little bit, so...
Well, it's like one of my thoughts that I had to myself that I never actually said to anyone was, like, Kylo probably, like, betray his master and become the new Sith.
So bingo, point to Mikey. He saw that one coming, and it kind of feels actually proper that he would turn against his master, because his master's been such a dick.
Yeah.
Such a dick, especially in this movie. He's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, he walks the line, like, he turns against his master, but he doesn't, like, necessarily join Rey, so it's like...
And he's still trying to go for his own Sith thing, and
right,
it's just like, a Sith by any other color.
Right, yeah, so it's like, he wants to, like, have his cake and eat it, too. He wants to go both ways.
Different.
Yeah.
Well, proving he's more different than Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Because Darth Vader didn't go, like... Well, he tried to get his son Luke to become master of the universe. But that didn't pan out. Eventually, Darth Vader just overthrew his master and became good.
Mm-hmm. His last moments of return to being what he was supposed to be, which was Anakin.
Yep.
And Kylo Ren did have some doubts when you...
And I think that's the number one thing about Kylo Ren is that he doesn't know how to deal with the light side of his emotions, and he's constantly at odds with it, and that's what drives him. And it's more understandable in this one than it was the original one, where he just came off as an annoying emo.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit more understandable and a little better stated in this one.
Yeah, his character's getting a little bit more space to grow in this one, so it's not as, it doesn't come across as bad as it did last time.
Yeah.
Because he seemed whiny and just an imitation Darth Vader.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, his master even tells him, just take the stupid helmet off.
Yeah.
And he reluctantly does so, and then in the elevator smashes it. So, he's just, fuck it, I'm not Darth Vader, I'm me. Fuck it, I'm the new me. I'm the new Sith. Screw you.
Well, so there might be a potential he might be able to turn back again, but that's a little hard to...
It's hard to tell because he's such a flip-flopper right now.
Oh, yeah.
He ultimately decides, let's just destroy everything and restart over.
let's restart over. Let's forget all of our pasts. The past is what defines us.
Right, yeah.
It's like starting a new world order, or universe order, or galaxy order.
Yeah, that everyone wants to try and start it over, but how often does it work?
Right.
Yeah. And he didn't kill Leia when he had the chance.
Yeah, he held back from trying to kill Leia, and she still survived, even though the other guys blew it up.
You're right.
And I love the fact that his master is just like, I see everything he's planning. He's going to turn the lightsaber, and he's going to kill his enemy.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, shit! He was turning both of them dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice touch, though. I like that moment.
He was doing the little thing with his hands to turn the other lightsaber, and I'm like, this is like the Sith version of crossing the fingers.
Yeah.
I promise I'm going to kill her.
Yeah.
Totally going to kill her.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else we want to unbag? Actually, how about the last act? Like Flynn and Damron and everything.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, God, that got so complicated with all these new characters. We got one guy who's kind of the smuggler type, and he pretty much leaves as suddenly as he comes into things.
Yeah.
He gets paid to betray Flynn, and is never heard from again, even though Flynn manages to escape.
Yeah.
Rose. I only remember her name because I have to try and remember Rose from Doctor Who in my head.
Okay.
That's about the only reason why I could connect to that name. It's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can link it to another character to remember her name. Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, Rose and Rose are pretty much one of my favorite names, so I usually characters like that.
But she doesn't. There's some feelings there, but there's not a whole lot of connection just yet.
Right. Yeah.
So I get the feeling they're going to need to flesh that out in the next one if they do keep her around.
Yeah.
Like her sister dying and
Yeah, with her sister dying and everything else.
Right.
Damron just constantly at odds with the rest of the leaders in the rebellion.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting twist on it, but it also kind of gets a little annoying until he finally just says, "Oh fuck it, I'm going to talk to the other pilots here, and we're going to turn turncoat, and we're going to actually do something that we think is right because these people just aren't doing anything to tell us what the plan is."
They had a plan, but they wouldn't share it.
Yeah, and because they wouldn't share it, it all backfires on them because they're a bunch of idiots.
I know. It's like everybody's trying to do.
You need to tell your people what the plan is, or the plan is going to get fucked.
Yeah, that's
Dummies.
the thing. Like that. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Yeah, we have plans,
It's just
but we can't
there's
tell
better
them.
communication. Like a lot of this could have been avoided.
Yeah, the whole side problem of them going off and trying to get this
You're right.
information could have just been prevented, and the fact that they were escaping could have been stopped, and they could have actually escaped without being caught, and
Yeah.
just so much if they would have just said something
Right.
that they have a plan.
And there was
Yeah,
no
but
real-
like, don't worry, we have it. Don't. Yeah.
No, we're not going to mention if there's any spy chances around here or not.
Well, I don't think currently there's any spies, but
Though originally thought that instead of them tracking through light space that they might have had a spy, but then they changed it to pretty much revealed the other thing. That they were able to track movements through light space or whatever that is.
yeah, essentially they have a new tracking device that can help them
yeah,
detect people through hyperspace so that they can still follow the rebellion, but they can only follow apparently only one ship at a time. So I guess that also then leads us to the big final fight.
Yeah.
The nice little final twist of Luke.
Oh yeah.
First, the big twist is that he suddenly shows up and says
Yeah.
hi to Leia and everyone else, and then goes walking out there on his own.
Yeah. Then turns out, yeah, he's not really.
He's actually not really there, and even though technically enough damage has been done that Luke passes away and fades into the Force, he still did what he needed to do, which is he's raised the next generation of Jedi.
Yep.
He has saved the rebellion from dying off at the hands of the First Order. and he has royally pissed off his nephew, who at this point, quite honestly, fucking deserves it, and he deserves all the condemnation from both his father and from his uncle at this point. Which I'm sure, in some level, he's probably feeling it no matter what now. And, oh, by the way, the Millennium Falcon, just by seeing it, pisses him off. And it now just saved the entire rebellion, so he's probably even more pissed.
Yeah.
And I believe, technically, what they kind of captured at the very end there, as they were closing the Millennium Falcon, is that Rey has finally closed off that link with Kylo.
Okay.
It's kind of the mental image I got of that, because it seemed like he was trying to connect to her again, and she just kind of...
Yeah.
It's not...
No, done.
It's like, now we know what you're going to do now, so...
Yeah, I was wondering how that, if that link was going to carry on forward, because since Snoke was dead.
Mm-hmm. That's the other thing, too, is I would have considered dead with Snoke, but it seemed like he was trying to reach out one more time for it, and it seemed to me like at least her on Rey's end that she closed it off, so that's the end of that.
Well, Kylo Ren also said that he saw something.
Supposedly he might have seen her parents.
Yeah.
He tries to convince her that her parents are nobodies and nothing.
Yeah.
And that everything and restarting everything is more important than forgetting her past.
And he said when she was talking about seeing his future, he said he saw something about her future.
Yeah, well, how much of it was true, though, because he might have been aware of the fact that their minds were linked.
Yeah.
That's why that was happening.
Yeah, and he might have been bullshitting her about seeing her parents anyway, too, so it's...
And the other thing.
Well,
they both saw something in each other, and...
Well, apparently Rey saw something that convinced her that he's not completely evil, and it is very true that he's not completely gone, because that's why he has his outbursts. That's his way of dealing with it. But at the same time, what information he told her back, can we really trust him, because he's already proven himself to be a backstabber at this point.
Right.
So we'll have to wait and see on that. We'll also have to wait and see what J.J. Abrams does with the next movie, because now he's got all this crazy stuff to clean up and sort it back together again. Because essentially what this movie was is it was literally like, let's take all the ideas that we want for a sequel and just throw the entire tram and all of the toys out of the toy box all over the place. Now J.J. Abrams has to sit here and go, oh no, the toys are everywhere. Now I gotta get them back into organization again. We gotta get everything reorganized, sorted, and put back together, and we gotta answer our slew of questions that are still out there.
Yeah.
As well as try and hopefully make a connection with these new characters that we barely even got to know.
Yeah. I also think the guy did a good thing for this movie.
Oh yeah, it's there's enough different out of the way that this one was directed that it definitely helps it, instead of feeling like it might be too samey. Right. So at least if nothing else, he's set it up so for the next one, J.J. Abrams has to step outside the normal Star Wars box in order to get Star Wars to streamline again.
Right.
Because I can understand why they would redo similar plots just to get like new stuff and everything.
Yeah, because doing it too samey was going to be a killer for this one, especially after the first one. First one was samey because we're trying to set up things that are going again, but continuing it being samey would have been.
Just give us more familiarity with.
Yeah.
I liked this movie back in the 1980s when it was called Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
this was the last thing you wanted to hear.
Right.
This thing isn't like Empire Strikes Back at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's little tidbits that could have played the same as Empire and Jedi, but thankfully they didn't.
Really,
it's different enough.
Didn't really do it completely.
Yeah.
Other than they did like a Lando Calrissian with that one guy.
Kind of, sorta.
With the Heineken commercial guy.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts? Any other things to bring up?
I don't have anything else. Mikey?
Just seeing like Luke and Leia at the. When they were talking.
Oh yeah, that was also another moment of
oh yeah. This is gonna happen again.
Well, like just seeing like this is like the last moments. Of, like, Carrie Fisher and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like that emotional thing. I mean.
How about you twist the knife harder, Disney? How about you just twist it harder?
It's like, well, it's nice to see that they were able to have little moments.
It's nice to finally see the both of them on screen together for one more time.
Yeah, I'm glad we at least got that.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill can come back because of the Jedi Ghost thing.
Yeah, Mark Hamill can definitely come back as a Jedi Ghost.
Yep.
I'm one with the Force. Ooh. And although I think that was that a technique that was supposed to be trained in them? Actually, no. I think Luke started seeing them almost automatically. Originally, it was a trick that was supposed to be trained. Apparently.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how things go from here. So, crossing fingers, hopefully the next one's good, and before we even get the next one, we're going to get that Han Solo movie. Oh boy.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see how that one goes. We'll see what kind of train wreck we're in store for this one.
Right.
All the background stuff, yeah. So, otherwise, the next movie will be Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther would be it. So.
Alright, so we'll see you all then.
All right.
Have a good rest of the month.
See ya.